The Mafia is one of the most notorious and feared criminal organizations in history. They have been involved in a wide range of illegal activities from gambling and extortion to drug trafficking and murder. Despite their violent reputation, some people still want to become part of this secretive and powerful group. So what exactly does it take to join the Mafia? Is it really as simple as knowing the right people and having the right connections? Well, not exactly. The process of joining the Mafia is actually quite complex and involves a number of different steps that must be taken in order to ensure that the new member is trustworthy and reliable. In this video, we'll take you through the process, step by step, so that you can learn everything there is to know about how to join the Mafia. Step 1. Know the lingo! Before you can even think about joining the Mafia, you need to know the lingo. This is how members identify each other and communicate secretly. For example, when two Mafia members meet on the street, they will often greet each other with a handshake and the words, "What's up?" even if they have nothing to report. This is just a way of showing that they are part of the same family. If you want to be taken seriously by the Mafia, you need to know these phrases and use them correctly. Otherwise, you may be seen as an outsider or worse, an informant. Step 2. Dress the part. Dressing like a mobster is more than just wearing a fancy suit and a hat. It's a way of showing that you're serious about joining the family. You need to dress in a way that commands respect. And that means wearing high-quality clothes that fit well and look expensive. This doesn't mean you have to break the bank, but you do need to put some effort into your appearance. When you're dressing like a mobster, it's important to pay attention to the details. Make sure your shoes are shined and your clothes are pressed. You want to look sharp and put together? If you show up to a meeting looking sloppy, you're not going to make a good impression. Step 3. Have connections. Making connections is key to getting into the Mafia. You need to know people who can get you in touch with the right people. This is where things like social media and networking events can be helpful. You never know who you're going to meet, and you never know who they know. It's also important to be willing to help others out. The Mafia is all about loyalty and helping each other out. If you're willing to lend a hand to a fellow mobster, they're more likely to return the favor when you need it. Being willing to help others is also a sign that you're trustworthy and reliable, which are qualities the Mafia looks for in a potential member. Step 4. Be willing to take the oaths. Taking the oath is one of the most important steps in joining the Mafia. It's a way of showing your loyalty and commitment to the family. The oath is typically taken in front of a crucifix or other religious symbol, and it involves promising to keep the secrets of the Mafia and to protect its interests. The oath is very serious and it's not taken lightly. Once you've taken the oath, you're expected to live up to it no matter what. This means that you can't talk to the police or any other law enforcement officials about the Mafia. You also can't reveal any sensitive information that could put the family at risk. If you break the oath, you'll be punished severely. So it's important to make sure you're willing to take the oath before you go any further in the process. Step 5. Get your hands dirty. One of the things the Mafia looks for in potential members is a willingness to get their hands dirty. This means being willing to do the hard work that often goes unnoticed. It could involve tasks like collecting money from businesses or intimidating people who are in debt. These tasks aren't always glamorous, but they're essential to the Mafia's operations. If you're not willing to get your hands dirty, you're not going to be seen as a valuable asset to the family. Keep in mind, the Mafia isn't for the faint of heart. It takes a certain type of person to be able to handle the tasks that are required. If you're not willing to get your hands dirty, then the Mafia probably isn't the right fit for you. Step 6. Prove your loyalty. Loyalty is perhaps the most important quality the Mafia looks for in a potential member. You need to be someone who can be trusted to keep their word and to stand by their fellow mobsters no matter what. This means being willing to go to great lengths to protect the family and its interests. If you're not loyal, you won't be trusted and you won't be accepted into the family. To prove your loyalty, you need to be willing to do whatever it takes to protect the family. This could involve getting into fistfights with rival gang members or even taking the fall for another mobster. It's important to be prepared to make the ultimate sacrifice if necessary. If the family is ever in danger, you need to be willing to put everything on the line to protect it. Only when you've proven yourself to be loyal and trustworthy will the Mafia consider accepting you as a member. Step 7. Wait your turn. Even if you do everything right, you still might have to wait your turn to be accepted into the Mafia. The Mafia is a very exclusive group and they don't accept everyone who wants to join. It can take years of waiting and proving yourself before you're finally accepted. It's important to be patient and keep proving yourself, even if you feel like you're being passed over for no reason. Just remember that loyalty and trustworthiness are the most important qualities the Mafia looks for in a member. If you can demonstrate those qualities, eventually you will be accepted. Now that you know the steps you need to take to join the Mafia, let's look at an actual case of a Mafia prison deal. This is a true story of a Mafia boss who made a secret deal with the government while in prison. It was the year 2000 and the Italian-American Mafia was in turmoil. A series of high-profile trials had taken down many of the biggest bosses, leaving a power vacuum that needed to be filled. In the midst of this chaos, a new boss emerged, a man known only as Donnie Brasco. But Donnie Brasco was not your typical Mafia boss. He was actually an undercover FBI agent who had infiltrated the Bonanno crime family, one of the 5 major Mafia families in the United States. For 6 years, Donnie Brasco had lived a double life, working as both an FBI agent and a member of the Mafia. And now he was about to make a deal that would bring down the entire organization. Brasco had been able to climb the ranks of the Mafia thanks to his charisma and his ability to stay one step ahead of the authorities. He had earned the trust of the most powerful mobsters and was now in a position to make a major move. His plan was to convince the boss of the Bonanno crime family to make a deal with the government. In exchange for leniency in prison, the boss would give up the names of the most powerful mobsters in the family. It was a risky move, but it could bring an end to the Mafia as they knew it. The boss of the Bonanno crime family was a man named Joseph Massino. He was a ruthless killer with a long history of violence, but even he had to admit that the jig was up. The government had too much evidence against him and his men. He knew that he would eventually be caught, but he wasn't willing to go down without a fight. After weeks of negotiations, Massino agreed to make the deal. He gave Brasco the names of more than 40 mobsters, including several high-ranking members of the family. It was a massive blow to the Mafia and effectively ended the Bonanno crime family as a major player in organized crime. In the years since, several of the mobsters who were given up by Massino have been convicted of various crimes, and the FBI has used the information to dismantle other Mafia families as well. The deal made by Donnie Brasco and Joseph Massino is still considered one of the greatest undercover operations in FBI history, and it shows just how far one man's bravery can go. What do you think about the Mafia? Would you ever consider joining them? Let us know in the comments below. Also, please like the video and subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos. Thank you for watching.